Let me tell it to you straight. Burnout is sneaky. It creeps up on you over time, and one day it is there in full force, causing all sorts of mental and physical drama. Sadly, spending a few hours on your couch binge watching a new show isn't going to cure burnout. Trust me, I know all too well. My name is Deepika Sandhu, and I am a Silicon Valley business executive, author of the book Hello Universe, It's Me, inspirational speaker, and mom to a very sassy 8-year-old girl. Professionally, I advise hundreds of fast-moving, high-growth companies as they wow the world with innovation. Many of my clients are apps you use on your phone every day. And given my expertise in this space, I was an invited speaker at the New York Stock Exchange, and I was recognized as a Silicon Valley Woman of Influence in 2016. But with all this success came something else. High performance anxiety. I was someone who managed my daily life pretty darn well, but I had intensive, excessive, and persistent worry and fear that I wasn't doing enough, that I wasn't good enough, that I wasn't achieving enough. This anxiety was masked as being a go-getter, being a high achiever, as a confident professional. But it also led to burnout. Burnout showed up for me as heaps of self-doubt, agitation, frustration, overwhelm. For you, burnout may show up as feelings of failure, helplessness, detachment, loss of motivation, having a negative outlook on life, being dissatisfied, or even having the feeling that you are losing control. Burnout may even show up with physical symptoms like fatigue, insomnia, and hormonal issues. Who is with me here? All you perfect professional assistants out there, I'm sure doing what you do day in and day out has led to burnout. So I want to know, which of these burnout symptoms have you experienced? Go ahead and drop it in the chat and let me know. If you have experienced any of this, let me tell you, you're not alone. Not only am I right there with you, but a recent survey shows that 75% of employees report experiencing burnout. And 67% say that burnout got even worse during the global pandemic. Oh, and all that burnout happening in the workplace? Well, the World Health Organization estimates that it has led to over $1 trillion in lost productivity each year. It took me years to see all the ways that burnout showed up in my life, and even longer to learn how to keep burnout at bay. Because here's the thing. I spent my entire life doing everything right. And I know I did, because for as long as I can remember, I wrote everything down I wanted to accomplish on a checklist, and I checked it off. I was a good kid in school, check. Got good grades, check. Got into a great college, check. Did well at college, had great internships, got a great job out of college, did great at that job, got promoted again, check, 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 check. Just busy checking things off my to-do list like it was a professional sport. And it didn't just stop with professional or academic accomplishments. No. I dated in pursuit of Mr. Right. Check. Got married, had a baby, bought a house, went on amazing vacations, had fancy clothes, nice cars, hosted fantastic parties that were completely Pinterest worthy. Oh, and of course, I posted all about it on social media. Check, check, check. I did everything my parents told me to do, everything society tells us to do, everything media shows us to do to have an amazing life. Problem is, that amazing life, it wasn't making me happy. Nothing in my life that I worked so hard to achieve or acquire was making me happy. None of it. Despite doing everything and having everything, none of it was filling me up. In fact, it was doing the opposite. It was making me sad, upset, and just left feeling like a depleted version of my former self. Then one day, I landed curled up on the floor of my closet, just crying, sobbing, trying to understand why, if I did everything right, why did everything feel so wrong? I let myself sob there for a while, and then it hit me. I needed to schedule a breakdown. Yeah, really. I needed to get underneath why I was feeling this way. I needed to turn all this burnout, exhaustion, and frustration on its head and forge a new way forward. And the only way that I could do that was to schedule time to make it happen. So sitting there crying in my closet, I grabbed my phone, looked at the calendar. I needed to find time to break down. Problem was, with my commitments to work, to my family, to the carpool, I didn't even know when this breakdown could take place. I kept scrolling the months on my calendar looking for free time for when the scheduled breakdown could even happen. Then there it was, the month that would change everything. June. Problem was, it was only January. I had to wait 5 full months to get to my scheduled breakdown. But here's the thing, just knowing that there was going to be this time coming when I was going to be able to work on myself, that alone started to create a sense of relief that sometime, anytime was coming for me to work on me. Sometime was coming for me to leave the day-to-day stressors behind and to focus on me and to really see what I needed to see. And in so doing, get to those breakthroughs, the epiphanies, the aha moments, the soul sparks that would move me forward. Now look, I couldn't be like Julia Roberts and Eat, Pray, Love. I couldn't just hop on a plane and go to Italy, India, or Indonesia to find myself. Although let me tell you, that sounds like a pretty great way to do it. Eating pasta, meditating, frolicking on beautiful beaches. But that wasn't my reality. I had a daughter, and I didn't want to leave her behind as I went to go find myself. I wanted to break down right here in my own home with her by my side. And that is exactly what I did. I took several weeks off work. I masked my time off to my friends and family under the guise of work giving me a month-long sabbatical, something work does not do, by the way. And at work, I said I needed 4 weeks off to celebrate turning 40. One for every decade. I couldn't possibly tell my friends and family or colleagues that I was scheduling a breakdown, right? During my scheduled breakdown, I did all the things I thought I needed to do to get under my life, to not just analyze it with my mind, but feel into my life where it was and how it needed to change. I needed to figure it out, so I tried so many things to give me the clarity that I needed. And guess what? I had the most incredible breakthroughs. I got clear on what was not serving me. I got clear on what was draining me. I got clear on what I missed about me, what I needed more of. And more than anything else, I began to hear from me again. Not from everyone else that had an opinion on me, not from my husband, not from my mom, not from friends, not from society, not all the expectations that I was living with. I learned to tune into me and hear from me and only me, to hear my own inner truth and wisdom and to honor it. So how did I do this? And more importantly, how can you do this? Well, here are the 3 steps that you can start today to make burnout a thing of the past. These are the exact same strategies that I did to transform my relationship with burnout. They are the same strategies that I teach in my signature course and that I help my one-on-one clients with each and every day. Step 1 in converting all that burnout into breakthrough is to nourish yourself daily. Create consistent daily routines that nourish and replenish you. So many of you out there are busy taking care of others, the kids, the partner, the family, the dog, your boss, and that leaves little or no time to care for you. Just going for a spa day twice a year or getting out for a night with friends isn't going to cut it. Yeah, those things may be fun and replenishing in the moment, but to truly nourish yourself requires consistent daily practices that gives you the nourishment right in the middle of your normal everyday life. Think of it like any basic routine that you have today. Eating your breakfast, brushing your teeth, taking a bath. I want you to add to that daily routine those things that truly nourish and replenish you. I like to call this my joy list. It is a list of everyday normal activities that you like to do, that you enjoy, that fill you up, give you strength, fuel, perspective, energy to help you show up as all of you each and every day. My daily nourishment is journaling, meditating, and soaking in the silence. For me, that involves waking up early before my daughter is up and enjoying my coffee in silence. I love just to be quiet with my thoughts before starting the day. No TV, no scrolling on social media, just me, my coffee, and the sound of pure silence. I also love to get out my journal and just write. Just allowing that pen to hit the page and for whatever needs to come out of me or be explored, for it to lovingly and easily land up on that page. I follow that quiet time and the journaling with meditation. For a long time, I used various apps on my phone to help me fine-tune my meditation practice. And for me, this was such a great way to initially explore meditation. And over time, those same tools helped to really deepen my practice even further. I love having this dedicated time in my day to connect deeply with my innermost self. So what is it for you? What is on your joy list? What are the daily practices that you can add into your life that ground you, that center you, that help you feel nourished, loved, cared for each and every day? Is it working out daily? Eating healthy foods? Getting outside and being in nature? Is it putting your headphones on and dancing it out? Or maybe it's just soaking in a relaxing bath. Oh, maybe it's a cup of tea in your backyard. I want you to nourish yourself in whatever way resonates most with you. And I want you to do this today. Yeah, today. I want you to think of one small thing that you can do today to nourish yourself. Whatever small thing popped up for you, I want you to go and do it. And no, I don't want you to start telling me how you are too busy or don't have the time. Trust me, I understand. I am right there with you. But if you want to reset your relationship with burnout, then we need to go dip our toe in the water of what will start that process for you. And today, that is doing something that nourishes you, that fills you up, that gives you joy, that centers you, that makes you smile. So go ahead, drop in the chat. What will you do to nourish yourself daily? I want to know. Step 2 in converting the burnout into a breakthrough is learning to say no. I was one of those people who tried to do it all, and that meant a whole lot of saying yes. In my book, Hello Universe, It's Me, I describe trying to be everything to everyone all of the time. When I finally couldn't take it anymore, I had to go schedule that breakdown and start to change my life. The first change that I did was to start saying no. I started saying no to social obligations, to people, to activities, to more work, to more responsibility, and all that stuff that kept showing up in my day. If it didn't feel good to me, if it didn't align with me, I said no. And here's the magical part. The more I said no, the more space I created to just be. That space allowed me to be more present and more aware. And as my awareness expanded, all that overwhelm, the go, the self-doubt, the agitation, and everything else associated with burnout, it had space to dissipate. That frenetic pace that I was living at, that was fueling the burnout. But this slower pace, that allowed burnout to dissipate. And the only way I could get to this slower pace was by saying no. Now, I know firsthand that saying no is not a comfortable place to be. When you say yes, it fosters your innate desire to be connected, wanted, and feel like you belong. So when you say no, it can bring up a lot of feelings of not belonging, of not being connected, of not being wanted. Saying no can also bring up feelings of not wanting to disappoint others or hurt their feelings. And sometimes saying no makes you feel like you aren't good enough or even capable of saying yes. But to get out of the burnout, to bust through it, to leave it behind, and to not have all those symptoms of burnout as permanent fixtures in your life, it requires saying no. The more you say no, the more you create the space in your life for all that burnout to go away once and for all. So today, I want you to say no. I give you permission to say no to one thing in your day, or more than one thing if that's comfortable to you. So go say no to folding the laundry, say no to going out tonight, say no to the family obligation, say no to dog sitting, say no to whatever is getting added to your plate that doesn't feel good to you or is misaligned. I want you to move through your day with the awareness that you're permitted to say no. Saying no to whatever is taking your time, causing you stress, filling your day up unnecessarily is your opportunity to say yes to you. And the more you say yes to you, the more you create time and space for burnout to go away. Now let's add the big kahuna. Look, I told you that these 3 burnout busting tips are the same strategies that I implemented in my own life. For me, nourishing myself and learning to say no, that wasn't so hard to do. But tip number 3, this was hard for me. It is to shift your mindset. To really reset your relationship with burnout requires moving from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset. In the throes of my own burnout, I realized that I was operating from a place of lack. I believed that I didn't have enough, that I wasn't doing enough, and probably at some level that I wasn't even good enough. And that led me to keep doing more, to keep trying to be better and better, to proving my own self-worth through all that busyness. That belief system felt like it was hardwired in me. But I soon realized that I didn't have to live from this place. I realized that I could dismantle all those limiting beliefs, the generational trauma, the societal pressures, the fear that created the anxiety of never having enough and of never being good enough. And as I did, I realized living my life from a place of abundance, from a place of having enough, from a place of being enough, gave all that fear no space to persist. And the less I feared, the more that burnout started to dissipate. And all of this started by shifting my mindset. Now look, it isn't practical or realistic to think that you can shift your mindset on all of this all at once, but you can start to shift your mindset in small ways each and every day, especially by replacing all the feelings of not having enough, of not being enough, to one of knowing that you are enough. And as you do, you keep that burnout further and further away. Look, I want you to replace the burnout with breakthroughs and become all of who you are meant to be, and to start living a life where all of your dreams and desires are your reality. I also know figuring out how to make those big changes can be daunting. Yeah, the tips I gave you to bust through burnout are helpful, and yeah, they'll apply to so many aspects of your life. But you may be sitting there not knowing how exactly to implement these changes, or you may be too afraid, or maybe you just don't know how to start. I'm here to show you that these big changes can be accessed through tiny little steps that you can take right now, right where you are. You don't need a guru or a shaman to show you the way. You can do it right in your own home each and every day by implementing the shifts to become the person you are meant to be. To go further with this, I have an exclusive offer for all of you amazing attendees of this conference. I would like to invite you to my signature course, ManifestU, from breakdown to breakthrough in 45 days. I have done all the work to take all the woo-woo spiritual ideas that are out there in the world and translate them into 5 steps that help you to implement the mindset shifts you need in your life today to realize your breakthroughs. I will show you how to bring into reality all that you desire. It's practical, it's tangible, and I know it works because it's the exact steps I took to move myself from my scheduled breakdown to the most incredible breakthroughs of my life. When you sign up for ManifestU, you get 16 videos, 6 guided meditations, the digital From Breakdown to Breakthrough workbook, and a copy of my book, Hello Universe, It's Me. All of this is instantly available to you. It is valued at over $1,000 and normally available on my website for $444. But just for all you fabulous attendees, I'm offering this course at a 50% discount. And to make it even sweeter, for the first 5 people who sign up, you will also get a 1-hour one-on-one coaching session with me. I'm dropping that link to my signature course right now in the chat, so check that out. Also, here's the QR code, so pick up your phones and you can take a picture. And this will be your ticket to get into ManifestU and to be one of the people who get those 1-hour coaching session with me. But here's the thing. I don't want you to leave this talk today and just start checking the boxes because I said you need to do this or do that to kick burnout to the curb. Remember, I'm the one who burnt up those checklists, threw them out, and I want you to do the same thing. Instead of checking the boxes, I want to know, what will you put your heart next to? Of all those things you do each day, all the roles you fill, which of those can you right now put a heart next to? Which of those things are filling you up each day? Which of those things do you love to do? Which of those things are nourishing you, giving you joy, giving you pleasure? Where are your hearts? If you don't have hearts next to the things you do in your life, then guess what? There's nothing. Your life can be full of hearts. Your life can be filled with activities, people, situations, and circumstances that are all hearts. Your life can be heart-filled, and it will be heart-filled once you leave all that burnout behind and have the space and time to believe you can have the life you imagined. As long as you're able to feel into what that life will be like, as long as you can quell the doubts and the stories that have limited you, as long as you can allow what is truly meant for you to unfold. So when you leave this talk today, don't go schedule the breakdown. Go straight to scheduling the breakthroughs. Go embrace your hearts. They are waiting for you.